what we're going through with the coronavirus response and the lockdowns and the maskings and the closures and the end of jobs and the end of school and the handouts and all of it, the self-isolation, all of it is tantamount to torture according to Amnesty International's own definition and categories of what counts towards coercive or torturous treatment towards prisoners of war. And in this current paradigm that we're living under with this supposed global pandemic, I believe what they are doing is capitalizing on that psychology that they understand about the doctor-patient relationship. And they are making us all into patients and treating us accordingly. This, of course, is another method of torturing someone. This should be definitely against the Geneva Conventions. It should be against any form of human decency to treat someone who is not sick as if they are sick. There are psychological conditions named for that. One of them is Munchausen syndrome by proxy, where a parent gets so much control and so much attention from having a sick child that the parent makes the child sick by giving them little doses of poison or via other methods. This seems to me what's happening on a gigantic scale with the coronavirus response. The article begins, "There is one place in which one's privacy, intimacy, integrity, and inviolability are guaranteed: one's body. The process of chronic disease invades, defiles, and desecrates this shrine. It does so publicly, enhancing the sufferer's sense of helplessness and utter humiliation. Hence the all-pervasive, long-lasting, and frequently irreversible effects and outcomes of long-term, intractable illness. The medical system, the medical tyranny, the techno-fascists, that's the final frontier for them. They want to conquer our body. They want to conquer our minds. In a way, the torture victim's own body is rendered his worst enemy. It is corporeal agony that compels the patient to mutate, his identity to fragment, his ideals and principles to crumble. The body becomes an accomplice of the affliction, an uninterruptible channel of communication, a treasonous, poisoned territory." They are considering all of us patients now. They are asking us to behave as if we are contagious, as if we are broken, as if we are dangerous. And this is all done publicly, like he says in this paragraph, even though we are not actually sick. The powers that be are invading our body with their health care. They are asking us to demonstrate, wear masks, use hand sanitizer, get in line, stay 6 feet away from each other. And look what he says happens. Our identities fragment. We mutate. Our ideals and principles crumble. And who hasn't felt that happening around them? Everybody is under at least low-grade stress, if not starting to break from the extreme psychological manipulation they're putting us through, along with, of course, the economic stuff, the financial stuff, the interpersonal stuff, social stuff, and real health concerns that are either being overblown or ignored. They're locking us into this dance that a chronically ill person has with the medical system, the helpless relationship, the dependent relationship that they have with that system. It fosters a humiliating dependency of the abused on medicines, doctors, and bureaucracies. The impersonal character of modern healthcare objectifies the patient, further adding to his or her alienation. As he sees it, he is rendered bestial not by the inadequacies of society and medicine, but by his own flesh. I certainly see that happening. The objectification of people, it's near complete now. We are alienated from our bodies because we are not sick, yet we must behave as if we are. We're being degraded. We're being dehumanized. We are being rendered bestial, where our main concerns now, whether we really realize it or not, are survival-based. And we are getting to see one another as if we're dangerous or enemies or competitors, instead of being more or less brothers and sisters in our countries and in our communities. It's tragic what they're doing. And it goes along with the Amnesty International report on torture's description of torture, where they described Biederman and his study of prisoners of war. And he said that the Chinese and the communists were not magic when they broke the prisoners. They weren't using any special techniques. They were just inducing the 3Ds: dependency, debility, and dread. Can you see that in the coronavirus response? Can you see that? And think of the COVID response. 15 days at first, then 30 days, just a little longer. Just wear a mask. This might last for years. This is the new normal.